What's up, everybody? It's Justin coming at you late this time. That's why this video probably doesn't have too much light in it. So anyways, I apologize if you guys really can't see me all that well. I didn't really want to wait till tomorrow to do this video. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I do for a living, and also this video is going to be entitled Life as a Personal Support Worker. Now, for all of you who don't know what a personal support worker is, first and foremost, I have been a personal support worker for 8 years. And what a PSW is for short, or you can call them healthcare aides in some provinces, what they are is a PSW, a personal support worker, is a person, like for example in a home care setting, we go into the home and we help our clients. We travel home to home and we help clients bathe, groom, dress themselves, and other daily activities such as, meal prep, maybe a little light housekeeping, help them with a little bit of laundry, so to speak, and just do the things that we need to do to help them get on with their daily lives that they can't do anymore, or because of an underlying condition they cannot do. Now, some clients that you will encounter will either be living on their own because they have, been living alone because they've had someone pass, or they're living with family, or they're living with their significant other or spouse, and you're there to help your client just because, yet again, they need your help, and the other family members can't help because either they're busy working or they're unable to help themselves because they have another condition, they have an underlying condition themselves. So how I work it though too is I've been doing home care for the last 8 years for my agency, and I go out and I go home to home, and when I'm done, I go to the next client. But when I'm there at my client's house, I'm there to do what's ever required of me in a time period. And, might be, most of the time, it's getting them a shower in the morning, helping them dress, maybe help them, like a lot of my clients are male, maybe helping them have a shave, a little bit of meal prep, like I make them a bowl of cereal or some toast, remind them to take their medications, because we can't administer medications as a PSW, we can only tell them to take them, and you're there to make sure you get all the loose ends before you go. It's important though too, because sometimes clients will probably get one visit a day, or they might have 2 visits a day, sometimes 3. And it all just depends though too. You're there to do what you can for them until the next person comes in, or you're going back tomorrow, or another person's going back to see them tomorrow. So sometimes the client's waiting around for you, and that's the way their day works. Now, most of the clients I have are over the age of 70 because most of my clients are elderly. Now, I have dealt with clients, and I do currently have clients who have been younger and of the opposite sex. I've worked with many male clients, female clients. I've worked with clients that are younger who've had autism, cerebral palsy, MS, strokes, like I'm going through all the different illnesses here, palliative care, people who've had, who are quadriplegic and paraplegic, palliative meaning people who've had cancer, people who have an illness where they're dying. I've worked with clients, and sometimes they've gone into long-term care, and or they've gone, they've gone into long-term care, or they have eventually passed on, and they're because they've succumbed to their conditions. Now, working with people over the years has been a great joy for me, and I've met all kinds of really great people, and I have met some people who, I haven't gotten along with. And sometimes that's expected in this job. You're going to get people who you click with, and you're going to get people who you don't click with. Just like coworkers or people when you go to school, you're going to have people you click with and people who you don't click with. That's just the way the world works. Now, in this job, though, too, if you're going into a client's home and you're not getting along with them, and they're attacking your personal beliefs, the way you look, your political beliefs, your religious beliefs, there's no place for you there. And then you should ask your company to remove you. Or maybe they don't get along with you and they ask your company that you don't want you back. So they'll put you as a do not send. So, there you go, you got your answer. But I'd say about 90% of the people I've visited over the years, it doesn't matter from old to young to male to female, I've gotten along with a lot of them. There's only been a few people I haven't clicked with, and I don't see them anymore. And I couldn't really care less because I'm not going back there. And in every instance, they didn't get along with me. Don't know what it is. I'm a great guy, but yeah, this job has its rewards and it has its hinderings. It takes a special kind of person to do this job as a PSW. You have to have patience, especially if they're people who are elderly, because elderly people are a lot slower. So for anybody out there who hasn't worked with elderly people before too, you have to realize that when you get to be older, you slow down in mobility. Your thinking process slows down. You can't do all these things when you're younger when you're older all at once. You have to do one thing at a time. And a lot of elderly people, they like things done a certain way because they are set in their ways, or they just like things done a certain way because they're used to doing them for themselves. But that's why you're there, is you're helping them out. And the most important thing you can do is to respect them. It's their home, and try to do the best that you can do to help them out. It takes patience. It takes a certain type of skill. If you've just come into this field and you're gaining experience, you just keep learning on the job. You always try to study as much as you can, and what I mean is try to take courses on the side, try to learn from other PSWs, nurses especially are a good source of information, people who are your coworkers, your boss, just always fill your head with knowledge, because when you encounter another person with that same condition or similar stuff that's happening, you can apply that to them, and then if something happens, you're right on top of it, and you'll be able to be a better PSW and be a better person in general when it comes to helping taking care of your clients. That's just the way it is. If you're with a company too, hopefully you're getting benefits and a pension. If you're not, try to get an RSP. My best advice, try to make investments, because this is your future. You're going to get all kinds of clients who've come from different areas and different types of work, and they will give you great advice. And another piece of advice I will offer you is always take their advice, especially when it comes to investing, when it comes to your future. And some really good advice I've gotten from my clients in the last number of years is invest in stocks, make sure you have RSPs and savings, and most importantly, try to have a family and kids. And if you can do all that, you're set as gold. But like I said, in this job, doing home care, make sure you keep all your receipts, because you can try to write as much stuff off as you can, because that comes off your taxes. That's earnings that you've spent towards the business, and you want to lower your income so you're not paying Mr. Taxman so much in the government. Being a PSW too, you have to, like I said, you have to respect the client, respect their belongings, respect their beliefs. Make sure that you represent your company well, represent yourself well. And like I said, a lot of your clients will get along with you and a lot won't. And, this is one of the best jobs you can get yourself into. Like I said, patience is a virtue, and sometimes you're going to get people who have no patience as well, and you're going to have to deal with them. Sometimes they might be depressed, sometimes they might have their underlying condition that might hinder their progress. You're dealing with people with Alzheimer's and dementia, and those sort of things. But, all in all, this is a great job, and, it's been a great job for me over the last 8 years, and I continue to do it because I like helping people, and I like giving back, and I like doing what I do best, because at the end of the day, when I go home, I feel better about myself knowing I've helped that person, because when you're there for your time, you're helping that person get along, and, you're helping that person get on with their day. And once you've done that, and you go on to the next person, you do the same thing again, and the same thing again until it's time to go home, and then your day ends. You go to sleep, or you go home, and you have a bite to eat, watch TV, you spend time with people, and then you go to sleep. And then you do it all over again until your next day off. And that's how you do it. But I will tell you this, though, too. There will be more videos to come on being a PSW. And if I try to think of anything else to add, I haven't added in this video, by all means, comments in the box below. Tell me how you guys feel. And hopefully, I'll hear from you soon, and you'll hear from me soon, definitely. Take it easy, everybody. Bye for now.